Hello, hi WL. Good to see you again. The screen is all black. Oh no. Hmm? What screen? You mean the one with the questions or what? Or my camera? Which part is black? The rest of you who are viewing, do you see a black screen or can you see my screens properly? Because I'm looking at it from my phone, it looks okay, leh? Anyone else cannot see the screen? Cannot see the worksheet? Not telling, yes, I will begin shortly. But then because someone mentioned that the screen there's some issues. Annie, you can see my screen, is it? Okay, then WL, it might be an issue with your device. Because I checked it on my phone, I think no issue, eh? So WL, you try to maybe you reset your device, see whether it works. Oh, can already. Okay, that's great. Okay, so I'll just wait another 30 seconds for more people to join in, then we'll begin. We will have Kahoot today, yeah? So there will be prizes to be won. Kahoot will be at the end of the session, okay? Yeah, there's Kahoot today. Finally, it's Math's turn to get the Kahoot. Hi, Jin. Good to see you again. Sec 1 Math Kahoot last week. Yes, that's right. Saravanan, yeah. Hello, good to see you. Okay, so we are gonna begin. Alright, so let's begin with section A, which is the MCQs. 5:30 ah? No, it's today 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Today's live. Yeah. Heidi, good to see you. Alright, so read the question and then let's solve it. At a birthday party, each child got to choose one ice cream flavor. The table below shows their choices. So which flavor was the most popular among the children? Let's see your answers in the chat box. Okay, so YS, Jin, Heidi, Hasna, Catnew, WL, all says 4. Yeah, okay, so 4 is the answer. Strawberry, right? So for this one, actually, you only need to look at the total number of children. So you only need to look at 40, 54, 52, and 60. So most popular means the biggest number, which is why we look at 60, and that is strawberry as your answer. Everybody okay with the first question? Yeah? Okay. This is what level math? This is a P5 to P6 math. Yeah, so we're doing a P5 revision paper today. All right, please read the next question. In the movie marathon guide shown below, movies are screened one after another without any break in between. Which movie has the longest duration? All right, so take some time to send me your answers. So the answers are correct so far. WL, you gave me the working some more. Very good. Okay, some more answers before I go through. All right, so yes, Annie, correct, good. Cat Mew, you're still doing the question, is it? Yeah, what's the answer, Cat Mew? Okay, Jaden, yep, I saw your answer. Cat Mew, you're still counting. Okay, okay. Yes, okay, good job. That's correct. Let's go through this. So for Majula Singapore, that is the first movie, right? That is from 9 o'clock to 10:15. So that will be 1 hour 15 minutes as the duration. Do the same for the next movie, which is You Got It. So from 10:15 to 10:35, that is 1 hour 20 minutes. Do the same for the next one. That will be 45 minutes. And the last movie is 1 hour. Okay, so the longest duration you should be choosing the 1 hour 20 minutes one. That is the second movie, which is option 2, which all of you got correct. So excellent. Shall we move on? Yeah, let's move on. Okay. Next one. The solid figure shown below is made up of 14 identical 1 cm cubes glued together. What is the least number of 1 cm cubes required to be added to this figure to form a bigger cube? Okay, so I'll give you some time to solve it. Those who are ready can send your answers in the chat box. How many cubes do you need to add to this existing figure? Okay, Hasna, very good. David, yeah, correct. WL, correct. Jerome, Catmew, Heidi, yeah, you all got the same answer. Good. Okay, so let's think about it. What is the bigger cube that you are trying to find? So over here, you can see that this is a 3 by 3 by 3 bigger cube that you're trying to form. Okay, so this bigger cube is 3 by 3 by 3, which means that it actually needs 27 cubes. But right now you already have 14, right? So how many more do you need in order to get 27? Yes, YS, that's correct. Yes, Cat Mew, Kahoot later, there will be gifts. If you win the Kahoot, there will be gifts. Okay, so let's take 27 minus 14 to get 13 as the answer. This is number 1. Okay, those of you who got the answer, very good. Next one. Okay, so please read the question and then send me your answers. WL, yep, correct, good. The rest of you, where are your answers? Hasna, Jerome, good. Yep, Heidi, that's correct. Okay, cat meal, do you want to try again? Hmm. You try one more time, huh? Any other answers? The rest of you. Okay, yeah, Annie, good. That's right. YS correct as well. Okay, so let's read the question. This question is on ratio. The ratio of the number of girls to the number of boys is 6 to 5. Which of the following statements is not possible? So let me write it down first. Girls to boys is 6 to 5. Okay, what is the first option saying? There's a total of 36 girls. So is this possible or not? You look at the units for the girls. Girls is 6 units, right? So can 6 units be equals to 36? Can, right? Okay. 6 units can be equals to 36. So the first one is not what we're looking for. Okay, then let's try the second one. There are a total of 86 children in the library. So they're talking about the total. How many units is the total for the girls and the boys? What's the total units for the girls and the boys? Yes, WL, that's right. 11. Okay, so can 11 units be equals to 86 children? Is that possible? That means that can 86 divide by 11? That's the question. Okay, so Jerome says no, cannot. So this is our answer. Because option 2 is not correct, right? It's not possible. So that's what we're looking for. Number 2 is the answer. Okay, so far the questions are quite simple, but the next question I think is a bit harder. Okay, so get ready to maybe challenge yourself with the next question. Oh, okay, WL, you want me to talk about 3, is it? Okay, so option 3 says there are fewer boys than girls. Isn't this correct? Because boys is 5 units, girls is 6 units. So 5 is lesser than 6 units. So option 3 is correct. Yeah. I think nothing wrong with option 3. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So try this question. This question, I think you need a number of steps. So if you have paper and all that, you might need some paper to do some calculations. Jin, do you download the worksheet beforehand? How come you can send me the answer so fast, Jin? Are those of you who already tried the question beforehand, you can send me your answer? Okay, otherwise, the rest of you, I think you need some time to solve this. Are you sure Jin guessed? No leh, I think Jin already downloaded the worksheet and then he or she already did it. Okay, Hasna. Okay, good. Jin. Okay, she. Okay, noted, Jin. Okay, Cadmiel, I think you gotta try again. Jerome gotta try again as well. Okay, David, yep, good attempt. Yes, Cadmiel, yeah, this question is testing you on average, right? Shall we look at it together? So the table below shows the timings recorded by Patrick during his practice sessions for a race. So in the table, you have the numbers, okay, his timings for the first 4 practices. So after the fourth practice, Patrick wishes to improve his overall average by 0.3 seconds. What timing must he clock for the fifth practice? Okay, so let's find the total first. The total for the first 4 races. So you're going to take 11.4 plus 12.7 plus 10.6 plus 11.3. Okay, so add it all together first. Your total should be 46 seconds. Then after that, you can find the average. Average of the first 4. So you will use the total divide by 4. Your average should be 11.5. So I think most of you can get the first 2 steps. Now what about the next step? How do you find the new average? Let me know in the chat box. If he wants to improve his average by 0.3 seconds, what does that mean? Plus or minus 0.3? This is the trickiest part of the question. Plus or minus the 0.3 seconds. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. Cadmium says improve, so plus. Okay, but you need to think about the context of this question. We're talking about a race, right? So for a race, the faster you run, the better it is, isn't it? So for a race, if you want to improve, you want your timing to be shorter. That means that you run faster. That means you improve. Okay, so for this question, you have to minus. Understand? Okay, so very tricky, you got to minus. So this will be 11.2 as the new average. After that, you can find the new total. So we use 11.2 times the 5 practices. The new total should be 56. So then our last step is to find the timing for the 5th practice. We will take 56 minus 46. Okay, so that's how you get 10 as the answer. This is number 1. Okay, so those of you, I think there's a few of you who got this correct. Very good job. And some of you asked, is there Kahoot, right? Yes, there's Kahoot. The gift is not bonus bar. The gift will be, I think, mostly stationery. Yeah. All right, so we're done with our MCQ. Let's move on to section B. Huh? Cat Mew. If you talk about bonus bucks, it means you go to A grader, right? Only A grader has bonus bucks. Okay, so this question, please take a look and then send me your answers in the chat box. For the Kahoot, how to redeem the prize, later we will talk about it. Okay, we will send you the prizes. Don't worry about it. Jean, you might need to try again. Okay, David and Jerome, yes, good. Yeah, Li Yang, that's correct. Which grade is this? This is for P5 or P6? P5, P6 math. Okay. Cat Mew, are you sure of your answer? I think you got to try one more time. Okay, yes, David, that's correct. WL, good, that's correct. Okay, let's go through this. So this figure is made up of 20 equal squares. How many more such squares should be shaded so that 80% of the figure is shaded? So 80%, let me write it as a fraction first. That will be 80 over 100. Okay, then your denominator should be the total number of squares, which the question already told you there's 20, right? Okay, so what you're gonna do to this fraction is divide by 5. You get 16 over 20. So 20 is the total squares, and you want 16 to be shaded. If you want 16 to be shaded, take a look at the picture. How many are there shaded right now? Oh, hello, Jovan. Yes, I remember you. Yes, WL says that there's 8 that's shaded right now. That's correct. Okay, so I will count for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For the triangles, right, you can combine them. So 7 and 8 after you combine the triangles. So you can take it as there are 8 that are shaded right now. So you will use 16 minus 8 equals to 8 as the answer. You should shade 8 more squares in order to get 16 squares. Everybody okay with this question? Emily, which app am I using? I'm using Notability. Yeah. All right. So next question, please try it first. And then I will see your answers in the chat box. Okay. David, you want to try again? Cadmium, you don't understand, is it? I don't understand. Okay, maybe I give you a hint, okay? So they are saying that there is a number, okay? This number, when it is divided by 9, the quotient is 285. The remainder is a one-digit odd number. If you add 4 to this number, there will not be any remainder. So you need to find the number. Okay, so let me show you the hint. So you're trying to divide by 9, right? And then your quotient 285 will be on top. You do not know this number, so you can put a question mark. You know that the remainder is a one-digit odd number. So what one-digit odd numbers are there? Let me know in the chat box. What are one-digit odd numbers? Okay, Catmew says 13579. All right. Okay, so yes, Catmew, you're right. These are one-digit odd numbers. Okay, but which of these is the correct remainder? So this is where we look at if 4 is added to the number, there will not be any remainder. So which is the correct digit? If you add 4 to one of these digits, there will not be a remainder. Which digit is it? Yes, Li Yang, yeah, correct. Okay, WL says 5. The rest of you, do you agree it's 5? Is it 5? If you take 5, then you plus 4, then you get 9, right? So if it is 9, there will not be a remainder. Okay, so yes, the correct digit is digit 5. So the rest, I'm going to cancel them out. All right, so now you can do your calculation and send me your final answer. What is this number? This number divided by 9, the quotient is 285 and the remainder is 5. So how do you calculate this number? Please try it. Okay. Cat Mew, are you sure? Okay, hyphen, why is it plus 9? Should you be adding? this question is from section B, no calculator, leh. You have to do your own calculation. Okay, so your working here should be use 285 times 9. Okay, after you times 9, then you have to add the remainder, which is 5. So after you calculate this, you will get the answer 2570. Okay, so yes, WL, that's correct. Good job. Okay, so this question needs a little bit more thinking. Huh, Kingster, why are you having a heart attack? Why? What's going on? Okay, shall we move on to the next one? Again, you can read the question first. And there's a picture here for you to look at. One packet of 4 pens was sold at $7.95. There was a promotion, so for every 2 packets, Brad received a discount of $1.50. He bought 24 pens in total. How much did he spend? How rich is Brad? I don't know but he buy quite a lot, so he must be quite rich. Okay, so please try the question and then let me see your answers. Jean, are you sure the number is so big? Li Yang and David, yes, you guys have the same answer. Jerome, same answer as well. The rest of you, I think you're still calculating, is it? This question, you can use a certain concept. Which concept should you use for this question? Maybe you can identify the concept first. Okay, YS, correct. David says the concept is SETS, sets. Okay, not wrong. Yeah, I think that's one way to describe the concept. 2970 is not the answer. I think you got to try again. Okay, so let me give you a hint. This question you can use grouping. Grouping. Okay, so you can decide what one group is. What should your one group be made up of? Jia En, I think you gotta try again. WL, yeah, that's correct. Okay, so I'm going to let my one group be made up of 2 packets of pens because every 2 packets, then he get the discount. Okay, so one group will be made up of 2 packets. Okay, so 2 packets is equals to how many pens? That will be 8 pens. Okay, then let's calculate how much these 2 packets would cost him. One packet is $7.95. So you want 2 packets, you got to times 2. However, the discount makes it cheaper. So you minus 150. Okay, so that will give you $14.40 for every 8 pens. Okay, so one group has 8 pens and then it's going to cost him $14.40. So how many groups do you need in order to get 24 pens? Let me know in the chat box. How many groups does he need to buy? Yang Li, I'm using Notability for this. David, are you sure I need 6 groups? Annie, correct. Yes. 3 groups is the correct answer. Jerome, correct. You use 24 pens, divide by 8 pens. So that's how you get 3 groups. Cat meal is 3. Because you use the 24 pens, then you divide by 8 pens in a group. Okay, so that's how you get 3 groups. So if one group is $14.40, then 3 groups will be 3 times $14.40. Okay, so that's how you get the answer $43.20. Okay, which yeah, a few of you got this answer. Who's that? It's T, is it? Okay, T, you fail your math? Oh no. Okay. Gotta practice more then. Everybody okay with this question? We use grouping for this question. Yeah? Okay. Let's try one more. The next one I think is fairly simple. Okay, so Mrs. Lee prepared 3.4 liters of juice to serve her guests. She put exactly 400 milliliters of juice into each glass. So what is the most number of glasses she could get? Please try this question and then let me see your answers. Javier, Jean, David, Jerome, yeah, all correct. Yes, WL is going to be break time. After this question, we'll have a short break. Okay? Yeah, Cat Mew, correct. Any more answers before I go through? Any more answers? WL. Okay, I wait for you. David says only need 2 steps. Okay, Milo, yes, that's correct. Yes, later got Kahoot at the end of the lesson. Yang Li, yeah, that's correct. WL, have you gotten the answer? Okay, so maybe let me ask, what's the first thing you should do for this question? Let me know in the chat box. For this question, what is the very first thing you should do? Camille says divide. Is that the first thing you should do, Camille? WL, yeah, that's correct. Okay, so David says the first step is to change it from liters to milliliters. Excellent. Okay, so you notice that for this question, the units are not the same. So you got to make the units the same by changing the 3.4 liters into 3,400 milliliters. Okay, so conversion is your first step. Okay, so Cat Mew, after you convert, then you can divide. So let's use 3,400, then you divide by 400. Yes, correct. Now you divide. So what will you get for this? You'll get a quotient and a remainder, right? What would the remainder be? Okay, David gave me a decimal. Okay. Some of you, the remainder a bit funny. Okay, so I'll show you how to calculate this. So what you can do is you can cancel the 2 first. So you use 34 divided by 4. You get 8 remainder 2. Now, however, because just now you cancel 2 right? So now you got to put back the 2 So actually the remainder is 200 milliliters, not 2. Okay? Yes, Javier, correct. Okay, so anyways, for this question, they're asking you for the maximum number of glasses, which is just 8 glasses. The remainder 200, you actually, it's not part of your answer. Yeah. 8 is the final answer. Okay, what time is it now? 5:34. Okay, we will take a very short break. Those of you who need to use the restroom, feel free to do so. After this, I think we only have, let me see, 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 questions. But 2 of it are problem sums. Okay, so after the break, then we will finish up these 3 questions, then we will have Kahoot. Yes, Kahoot is at the end. Those of you who need to go out, maybe you can bring your device along, bring your phone, then you can join the Kahoot. Okay, Hasna, do you need to join the Kahoot? No, it's not compulsory. But I mean, if you join and you participate, then you get a chance to win a prize. Okay, so top 3 will win prize. Okay, so since it's the break time, I'll show you all the sticker for our weekly live webinar. Okay, those of you who are interested, we have a free trial for the webinar. I will be teaching it every Saturday for P5 and P6. So if you're interested, you can sign up for the free trial. T, your P5, is it? Okay. Jean, when does break end? 2 more minutes, then break will end. Usually we do our live at 7 to 8 o'clock, right? So this week we're doing our live from 5 to 6 o'clock. I think there's lesser of you at this timing. Do you guys prefer the 7 to 8 o'clock timing? Cat meal, the free gift, we will send it to your house. I mean, we will contact the winners. Okay, we will get your address and all that, and then we will send it to your house. T, tomorrow got live or not? Not for primary math. Okay, for primary math is every Friday. Jean, you prefer the 7 o'clock timing, is it? I think most people prefer 7 o'clock also because you're eating dinner, then you just watch while eating dinner. Camille, you got tuition tomorrow. Is it A grader tuition tomorrow? Okay. T, are you sure your parents will not be happy if you watch while eating dinner? But this is good for you, right? You are learning math while eating your dinner. Heidi, you have A grader tomorrow also. Okay. Annie, you prefer 5 to 6 timing, is it? But seems like most people prefer 7 to 8 timing. Okay, so are you guys back from your break already? Oh, Annie, you have A grader tonight. Oh, okay. Camille Jerome says, no, you are not back from your break, but then you can reply me. Why are you so funny? Okay, so let's continue. So this is our last section B question. So I'll give you some time to try it, and then please send me your answers in the chat box. Oh, T, thank you for the compliment. Very kind of you. Okay, David, Javier, you guys have the same answer. Anyone else has answers? Or you probably need some time to calculate this. This question is not exactly difficult, but you need to do your own calculations because this is section B, no calculator. Cat mu, what is cubic? Is it? Cubic is a type of unit when we talk about volume. Jerome, one of your digit is not correct. I think you got to try again, Jerome. Or is there a typo in your answer? Jerome, there's no typo, is it? Oh, okay, then you got to try again, this question. Who's that? Dallas? Yeah, that's correct. Okay, shall we go through this? The table shows the charges for water usage in Singapore. So this question, the topic is on rate. Okay, so you learn rate in P5, right? So for the first 40 meter cube, the rate is $1.23 per meter cube. Every additional cubic meter is 154. Okay, so Mr. So's family used 45 cubic meter in October. How much did they have to pay? So let's calculate the first 40 cubic meter first. All you need to do is to use $1.23. Okay, $1.23 is for one cubic meter. And if you want to find 40 cubic meter, you just times 40. Okay, so I hope you got $49.20 for this. All right, so we already counted the first 40, right? So you still need another 5 more cubic meter, okay? Because 45 minus 40 equals to 5. So let's count for the next 5 cubic meter. Now for your next 5 cubic meter, it is a different price, okay? So it is now $1.54. Then you times 5. So if you calculate this, you would have gotten $7.70. Okay, then what's the last step to get the answer? How do you get the final answer? Okay, CapMu says the last step is to add them together. That's correct. So we will use 49.20 plus 770. And that's how you get the final answer, $56.90. Okay, so quite a number of you did get this correct. Yes, David, addition for the last step. Everybody okay? Can we move on to our two problem sums before the Kahoot? WL, you're not ready yet, is it? Kitshong says plus GST. Oh, okay. Well, this question didn't mention GST. But yes, for most things, you do need to account for GST. T, I think you need to go and revise what is red. Okay, let's look at our problem sum. Here. So at a carnival, the admission ticket prices for a child and an adult are shown in the table here. For a child, it is $10 per ticket, and for an adult, it is $25 per ticket. So the number of children was thrice the number of women, and the number of women was twice the number of men. There were 210 children. We're supposed to find out how much more was collected from the adult tickets compared to the child tickets. Okay, so this question you can use calculator, right? Because it's a problem sum. Okay, so feel free to take some time and do your calculations. Jean, you did the question beforehand, right? Okay, 5ST, are you sure that's the answer? Are you sure that's the final answer? Dallas? Yeah. Okay, good job. Okay, so the rest, I think you need a bit more time to do the calculation, right? Because this is a problem sum. I'll give you a hint for this question. We can use units. Okay, so I will use units to go through this question. Okay, not me. 280 is not the final answer. Cat meal, okay, yeah, good job. Annie, I think you gotta try again, huh? Annie. Jin says you draw model. Okay, yes, you can draw model. Okay, so when I use units for this question, I will let the least be 1 unit. Okay, so which one is the least number of people? Is it the children, the women, or the men? Who is the least? Okay, WL says the man is the least. Cat meal, are you sure it's the children that's the least? User 298, yes, that's Kahoot today. Okay, for this question, man is the least, so you let the least be 1 unit. So man will be 1 unit. After that, because the women was twice, so keyword twice means 2 times. This means that the women is gonna be 2 units. So I think we better write it down. Men will be 1 unit, women is 2 units. So can you tell me the children will be how many units? Okay, yes, Javier, that's good. WL, that's good. Okay. So children is supposed to be thrice, right? So the keyword thrice means times 3. Okay, so you use 2 times 3. That's how you get 6 units for the children. You're not supposed to use 1 times 3, because it is 3 times of the women. So if women is 2 units, 3 times of that is 3 times 2 units. That's why it's 6 units. Okay, so some of you got tricked already in this question. Okay, now, then they tell you there's 210 children. So you know that 6 units equals to the 210 children. After that, of course, you have to find 1 unit. 1 unit is 35. So now you got to find out the adults, okay? So for the adults, it is the men and the women. That will be 3 units for the adults. So that's 105 adults. Okay, so now we have the number of adults and the number of children. You can calculate how much money you collect from them. Let's calculate for the children first. How much do you collect from the children? Children ticket is $10, right? So you take $10 times the 210 children. That will be $2,100. Yes, cat meal, that's correct. Okay, then you do the same thing for the adults. How much money do you collect from the adult tickets? You know there's 105 adults, and you know it's $25 per ticket. So let's use $25 times 105 adults. So that will give you $2,625. Yes, David, that's correct. Okay, so what's the last step? How do you find out how much more was collected from the adult versus the child ticket? Is it a plus, minus, times, or divide for the last step? Okay, Jerome and YS says minus. David also says minus. Yeah, minus is correct. So let's use 2625 minus 2100. So your final answer is $525. Remember to put the dollar sign. Annie, you understand now? Remember to put the dollar sign, okay? So you got to compare the children and the adults in this question. When you compare something, you got to minus them. Okay, so let's do our last question. And then we can do Kahoot. Yeah, next question. A container, when completely packed, can hold 20 identical books. When the container is packed with 6 books, the mass of the container of books is 4.71 kg. And when the container is packed with 14 books, the mass is 8.31 kg. Find the mass of the empty container first. Answers in the chat box, please. Javier, are you sure that's your answer? Jean and Jerome, yes, you got the same answer. Oh, Javier typo, I see. Any more answers? Some of you are probably doing it on the spot, right? That's why you haven't sent in your answer. Camille, you're doing it on the spot, right? Yeah. Okay, so let me give you a little bit more time before I go through this. So next time, if you don't want to do on the spot, you want to do beforehand, okay, our worksheets will be uploaded beforehand. So you can download the worksheets and then just do it beforehand, before the live. All right, let's go through this. So now the empty container, I will represent it using a C. Okay, then after that, we put 6 books in this container. So the container and the 6 books has a mass of 4.71 kg. Then the next sentence says that when you have the container, the same container, and you put 14 books, the mass becomes 8.31. Yeah, so based on this model, you can do some calculation, right? What can you tell from this model? When you compare these two models, what can you tell? Anyone? What can you tell from this model? Cat Mew don't know. Okay, so when you compare these two models, the difference is 14 books minus 6 books. So the difference is 8 books. Okay, so you can find 8 books by using 8.31 minus 4.71. So that's what we're going to do now. 8 books equals to 8.31 minus 4.71. So 8 books is 3.6. So then you can find 1 book next. You just need to divide by 8. So 1 book is 0.45. Yes, Jerome, that's correct. So now let's find 6 books again. We are going to times 6 to find 6 books. That will be 2.7. Okay, so now in the model, I can label 6 books is actually 2.7. So how will you find the empty container? Yes, WL, that's correct. Okay, so if you zoom in, okay, I zoom in here for you very big. You look at this model. What you need to do is to use 4.71 to minus this 2.7. Then you can get the C, right, the empty container. Yes, Jean, you should minus. That's correct. Okay, so that's our last step. 4.71 minus 2.7, you get 2.01. Remember to put the kg as your answer. Cat mu, how to get 2.7? Okay, so cat mu, you find one book first. After you find one book, then you times 6. So that's how I got 2.7 cat mu. WL, not Kahoot yet. We got one more last part here. But the last part here, very, very simple, okay? Find the mass of the container when it is completely packed. Okay, so quick answers in the chat box. Okay, Javier, Jerome, Jean. Yes, all the same answers. Correct. Good. Oh, okay. Cat meal, you want me to scroll up, is it? Okay, sure. Yes, David, that's correct. So, when it is completely packed, the question says that you can fit 20 books. So, let's find 20 books. You know that one book is 0.45. So, 20 books will be 20 times 0.45. So that will be 9 kg for the 20 books. But after that, remember to add the container because the container by itself has a mass, correct? So the container is 2.01 kg. Then you plus the 9 kg, 11.01 is the final answer. So again, you need to put the kg. Okay, yes. So David, Annie, Cat Mu, WL. Yeah, correct. Good job. Okay, so are you guys ready for Kahoot? Shall we switch it to Kahoot now? Prepare your devices. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to switch it to Kahoot. Huh? For today's Kahoot, you get a chance to win a prize, okay, if you're the top 3. Okay, so the game pin is showing up now. It is 6, 7. Oh, wait, sorry, let me scroll it down a bit. Okay, so it is 6, 7, 8, 6, 8, 4, 9. Please join now. Okay, so today's 5 to 6 o'clock time slot, not as many people as the usual 7 o'clock time slot. So you guys, okay, those of you who are joining the Kahoot now, you got less competitors, which means that you got a higher chance to win today's Kahoot because there's not as many people for today. So far, there's only 11 people, okay, in the Kahoot. Oh, set 1 only had 8 people, is it? Then even higher chance of winning the Kahoot. Okay, I'm only gonna wait another 30 seconds, okay? Last 10 seconds to join in. Cat Mew, you got to hurry up and join. Oh, you're in already. Okay, can. Okay, I am going to start the Kahoot, huh? Let's begin. Okay, started already. There are 8 questions. Please try your best. Okay, most of you got this right. Next one. Okay, 13 of you got it right. Next. Okay, WL, don't worry, you still got a chance to catch up. There are still quite a number of questions. Okay, 10 of you got this right. Next one. Okay, 11 of you got this right. Good job. WL, don't worry. Still got a chance. There is, I think 3 or 4 more questions. Okay, next one. This one is a bit tricky. Okay, but there are three answers that are very obviously not correct. Okay, 4 of you got this right. Yeah, so it's quite tricky, this one. Oh, WL no time, is it? Last 5 seconds. Okay, 9 of you got this correct. Last question, everybody. Last question. Last question, very easy. Okay, so see who is fastest. Ah, okay. Almost all of you got this correct. Okay, so let's see who's on the podium. Who will win the prizes today? Okay, so let me scroll this up. Third is WL, and then Xi Qian. Number two. First is Li Yang. Okay, three of you will win the prizes. Okay, good job. All right. Okay, so those of you who win the prizes, please take a look at the sticker over here. Okay, you got to screenshot your result. Then after that, DM the screenshot on TikTok. Okay, or you can send it to this number. Okay, so make sure you screenshot this first and then send the screenshot to us on TikTok. Or you can also WhatsApp it to this phone number. Up to you. You haven't screenshot. Okay, sure. Let me hide the sticker first. Yeah, okay, so please screenshot the winners. Okay, then for our next live for primary math, it will be next Friday. Okay, but it will be 7 o'clock, our usual timing. WL, you win 2 times in a row. Okay, very good. I hope you like the prizes from the first time. Okay, so the other two winners, make sure you screenshot it as well. WL, you won the set one also. Okay, that's good. Okay, so then that's all. I'll see you next Friday at our usual timing, 7 o'clock. Okay, bye. Have a good weekend, all of you. I'll see you next week. Bye bye. See you next week.